right, so it's Friday. Let's see, Friday the 17th, and I'm back out here on this pergola rebuild, and everything's still standing the way I left it, so that's great. I was able to pick up some coal lumber from Lowe's, so I was able to get it at a pretty good discount, since there's just a lot of, most of the edges are like that, you know, for milling, but they are pretty straight, just the appearance, and I don't necessarily need the appearance to be good. If anything, this actually is going to look even better to kind of have that live edge like that. So I got the rest of my boards I needed at a pretty good discount, and from here, as I mentioned, now it's just going to be linking these two sides together with the horizontal beams that will go across and tie into these 4x4s. These are 12 footers, so I'm going to keep them long and then decide how I want to trim them. See if there's maybe any other little detail I might want to add if they extend out a little bit further than I was initially thinking they were, but kind of have to wait and see. But nice thing about what I did on Monday is really all of the difficult part of this. So I don't anticipate this is going to take not too long, and then we'll kind of go from there. At some point, I still have a pretty good slope on this side, and I've got some fill dirt I might be have more of when I kind of do some more digging, so I might try to fill that in right there and kind of keep it a little bit more level. The straw doesn't necessarily help because it does make it a little bit slick. So that's pretty much what we're doing today, and so we'll get to work. Well, so that didn't take as long as I knew. Kind of an idea it wasn't going to take very long, but it definitely helped to have that ladder there so that I could actually, you know, get the board up there and work on one side. And because eventually it starts to get pretty heavy trying to hold the whole board up, trying to get it in place. But yeah, so that is pretty much done. So there's gonna be some other details that I kind of work in as I get there, but at least this thing's basically pretty braced now. So I'm thinking about maybe doing some angled brackets at like a 45 that tie into the 4x4 and then retie into the 2x6s, and then just, you know, screw it in right there on either side, just to really give this thing some strength. I mean, I still have to, oh yeah, yeah, that's it's a good sign as a builder when you shake it and it doesn't, you can feel the kind of rigidness. So it does have a little bit of sway, but once I fill those up with concrete, this thing's not going anywhere. So that's exactly what I like to see when you build something. And so yeah, I have to figure out if I want to somehow do any kind of diagonal piece, like kind of connecting like that, or I have to think about that and how I would actually do that. I guess I could technically notch it, since, you know, I could have the 4x4, you know, in line with this and then just notch it. That would be a really nice detail. Would be a little bit of math, a little bit of work to kind of get that, but that might actually be what I do, between going this way and this way. So it would be braced on all 4 sides, and I do have enough 4x4 scrap where I would easily be able to do, well, we got 6 posts, 24 4x4 you know, structural braces. I can do that. I got enough scrap for that. And if I do that, I mean, this thing is going to be locked in. From there, I have to make a decision on if I want anything going all the way across, or how I want that to be, because I might try to use some more of that the shade cloth I put over there. Since I have enough, but that shade cloth, when it gets wet, it gets heavy, so it needs to be on top of something structural. So if I have some more tines here, then I could basically just drape that stuff right over, and anytime it rains, it gets heavy, it'll rest on the 2x6s, or if I go down to 2x4s, then it'll rest on 2x4s. So yeah, there's still a few details to tie in, but as far as the lumber I needed today, that is all I needed. So shout out to Lowe's for helping us out here, just by, you know, giving us a coal lumber discount, just because most of these were like that, but it basically really fits the outdoor landscape, you know, decor, I think. So it looks good. So now I got to figure out something else to do, which there's plenty of stuff to tie up. So, but I feel really good about the way this is looking right now, and we'll see what else I can do today. Okay, so after some figuring some stuff out, I've got some 4x4s all milled down with some 45s and all sanded, and make them look a little bit nicer. And so I did a little bit of test fitting to kind of figure out what this is going to kind of look like. So I'll show y'all, at least on this side. So that's kind of what it's looking like right there. And this isn't exactly where it needs to be, because it's just gonna match up and be flush up top, up there. So I have to adjust it a little bit, but that's kind of what I'm thinking down the line, and then also on the back side too. So at this point, I've got 12, and with the 12 that I got, I'm gonna do, you know, that side of that side, and then the part that's gonna take a little bit more figuring out is as it comes out here. And because that's only 16 inches out there, I don't think I'll have enough room if I want to match it right there. If I want to match it right there, the 45 would be a lot further out. So I might just do it as like an inside brace. So, you know, basically starts there, 45 up, and then because, as I mentioned, that thing's notched into this 4x4 here, as you can see, the idea would be I would basically end up, so the 45 would, you know, come right here or whatever, and then I would notch the front of it so that this beam would basically be, you know, in front of it, and then just tied in right there. So this thing would really be solid once I do that. But even just what I'm going to do right now before it gets too late is going to really beef it up. So let's do this. Okay, so before this GoPro runs out of memory, we're just gonna capture this to, that's about 4 done. This side wasn't as tight as I wanted it, but that's okay. Oh yeah, it's definitely starting to brace up even more. So I'm gonna switch this over to time lapse and let it run out the last 18 minutes I have on this SD card, and that'll probably wrap it up as sun's going down and we're slowly heading towards 6 o'clock. So that's pretty much gonna be it for today. I'm gonna see how far I can get. I might just be able to, you know, finish either this row, or maybe might be able to get through that fast, but kind of have to wait and see. And then I'll just kind of slowly start wrapping things up and then get out of here and be back on Wednesday of next week, since Monday is President's Day. So I'm happy with the progress I've been able to make this week, since we have this pergola rebuild up in the air.